Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Choma of Choma Stitches, and today we are going to be sewing this Snatched Waist Bubu dress. And so I folded my fabric in half, and this I have folded it into 4 places with the full length of the fabric. This fabric is by 60 inches, so I folded it in half. In other words, what I have here is about, so the fabric I have here is 3 yards. It's a little more than 3 yards. Okay, so this one here is the one on top. This off-white, that's the cream colored one, is 1.5 yards, and the one underneath is just 2 inches more than 1.5 yards. So I have a total of 3 yards and 2 inches here. Because I'm trying to mix it out, I'm having this color as one of the piece for the front, because the front is going to have an opening. Okay, so I have cut it in half already. Okay, as you can see, this front piece, the one on the underneath is the front piece, and it is 1 inch wider than the back piece. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and start cutting it. So let me shift this fabric a little bit because I'm using the full length, that's by 60. So to get my neckline, I'm going to be using a neckline of 3.5 inches. So I'm going to mark in at 3.5 inches. And because I'm going to be using a bias to turn the neckline. Okay, you can use 2 different bias if you're using this particular thing, but I don't have this other color, so I am going to use this is going to do, and I'm sure it's going to give it a nice effect on the neckline, even if it's thin, because it matches the color we're using to combine it. All right, so and then this is the rope piece. I've cut out the rope piece as well that I'm going to be using to snatch the waist. So what I did is I just cut out part of the fabric. Okay, just a full length, the full by 60, and it's 5 inches by 60. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting this one in half because we're going to be making the rope, 2 ropes for the waistline. I'm going to go ahead and sew it. I'm going to go ahead and sew it on fold, and I will sew the edges, and I will iron the 2 of them. This is going to be our rope for the waist snatching. Okay, so for the neckline, and then for the depth for the back, I'm going to be having 1 inch for the back depth. You can use 1 inch or half of an inch, whatever works for you. Okay, and then for the front depth, I'm going to be using about 4.5 inches. I'm marking 4.5 inches, and I'm going to be cutting it out when I take out the back piece. Okay, and then you will mark the depth of the part you want to have the opening, because the dress is going to have an opening at the neckline. Okay, so I'm going to come down. I don't want it to be too open, so I'll be marking 2.5 inches. So the reason why I'm marking it is because when I'm joining it, I'm going to start there and join it. Okay, so for the front piece as well, the place I want my slit to start is about 36 inches. So I'm going to come here and mark 36 inches. So I'm going to sew from this 2.5 inches I've come down all the way to the 36 inches, and I'm going to stop. Now, to cut out your bubu, there are different types of bubu dress styles you can cut out. Okay, so you can use any shape of bubu to achieve this snatch waist, any shape of bubu dress. But the one I'm making today, I'm just going to teach you guys the style I'm making today. So from the shoulder line, I'm going to come down, and I will mark my 36 inches around here. So now, because this dress is going to be having the slit in the front here, I don't mind the body or the down part from the knee downwards. I don't mind it being a little bit penciled, but not too penciled. Okay, all right, so for that, I'm going to be reducing this, and so to achieve this, I'm going to first of all come up here, and I'll take out my shoulder slanting. So I'm going to be using about 2 inches shoulder slanting from here, and then my shoulder slanting. So for the shoulder slanting, I'm going to indicate where my shoulder is. I'm marking out my shoulder, and I'm going to come down and take out half 1 inch for the shoulder slanting, and then from that 1 inch for the shoulder slanting, I'm going to rule it all the way to the 2 inches I've marked at the edge here. And then from this half an inch, I will connect it to the neckline that I've marked out. Okay, now I will now decide the kind of opening I want for the hand. Oh, I don't want it to be too wide, so I'm just going to be using, say, 6 inches. I'm going to come here by 2 inches, and I will start marking it down. I'm going to go ahead and mark this all the way as if you are coming in a bit. I'm going to try to come in. So from the out here, I can try to come in, say, by 6 or 7 inches. If I try to come in by 6 or 7 inches, so I'm going to come here, I'm using my free hand, but you can use whatever method you want. Okay, I'm using free hand to connect this. I don't know if this is curved enough, so I'm going to gently move this. And please, if you're moving this piece around, try to pin it. So I feel like I should just cut out the part I've marked before I start moving it around so it doesn't shift. So I'm going to cut out the neckline and the shoulder slanting first. Okay, so as you can see, while cutting out the shoulder line, I had to go up a little bit by a quarter of an inch. That will be my joining allowance that I will use to join the shoulder line together. Okay, so I can now open up this place so I can mark out my neckline for the front. So using my curved rule, I'm just going to go ahead and place it here and use it to curve out the front neckline that I want. Okay, to go ahead and cut out the front neckline. So I'm going to make this place a little bit pencil because there will be an opening. It's going to have a slit. But if it's a bubu dress that that will not have a slit on on either the front or the back piece or on the side, then it is important that you are going to make the down part of the bubu very free so that it will not restrict your movement. So I want it to be like 13 inches. So I'm going to be adding 1 inch for the sewing, the joining the sides. So I'm going to mark here. So I'm going to call this the knee line because this is about 3 inches above my knee. You can try to start make your own curve start exactly on your knee or above your knee, however you want it. And so I'm going to go ahead and mark this down all the way here to meet the 14 inches I've marked. So this is the shape I am giving my bubu. I am going to go ahead and cut out this side. Okay, so this is the piece and this is the back piece. So I'm going to go ahead and use the bias to sew the neckline. I'm going to use the bias to sew the neckline for the back piece, and then I will sew the neckline. I'll also use the bias to turn in the neckline for the front piece, and I'm going to be sewing the middle here. So I'm going to go ahead and sew the 1 inch all the way to this place straight, and then I will show us what next to do. Okay, so see, I've gone ahead to sew this together, so you can see, and I opened it up, opened the seam line and ironed it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and weave it. I'm going to go ahead and weave all here so I can put a hemming gum inside and then iron it, and that will be the way we finish it off. And look at the neckline. So I've sewn the bias to the neckline, but I did not stop stitch on the bias. As you can see, I also used the hemming gum to fasten the bias to the bodies. Okay, I only sewed it once and then turned it out and used a hemming gum. So this hemming gum, I cut it in half to get me the size I need for the bias. Okay, and so this is it. I'm going to go ahead and weave here, and this place will be open like so, and we'll iron it neatly like this. So next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is hem here. I'm going to hem here, fold it twice and hem it. This will be the sleeve opening. I don't want it to be too open, that is why it's so little. Okay, so I'll hem it with half of an inch folded twice, and now I am going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'll do the same thing here, and this is the neckline for the back piece. As you can see, I also use the hemming gum to put it down. For the belt, I'm going to be using my half length. I'm going to be using 16 inches. So I'm going to come here and mark 16 inches. And I am going to find my waist measurement divided by 4 is 7 inches or 7.5 inches because my waist measurement is 28 inches. Divided by 4 will be 7 inches. So I can choose to use a 7 or 7.5. So this is where I am going to attach the belt. So this is the belt. I have gone ahead to sew it, turn it inside out and ironed it. Okay, so I'm going to place it here and I'm going to pin it down. And so I'm going to sew here and sew here. Okay, I'm going to sew the belt this way, sew it down here, and then hem the the sleeves. And so this is the mark of the sleeve, the rope. I've attached the rope inside, and I've hemmed the sleeve opening. So now I'm going to be joining both the front and the back together. So guys, if at this point you have not subscribed to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Also share this video so that this community can grow. Leave your questions in the comment section. I'd like to hear from you guys. And okay, so I'm going to also use the hemming gum to hem the hem of the dress. I'm going to be using the hemming gum to iron it, and then I'm going to go ahead and sew the sides, starting from the shoulder line with half of an inch, and then sew with half of an inch or 1 inch all the way down. And then I'm going to try it on and show us how it looks. Okay guys, so here it is. I've ironed it and I've weaved the inside, as you can see side, and this is the hem. I also used hemming gum to make it look neater. That way to come out this way on the outside. It's just giving you these really cute lines at the back, and it's not showing any seam line. This is beautiful. So I'm going to put it on now and show us how it looks. Okay guys, this is the result of our beautiful bubu dress. It came out really beautifully. You can also check out the link in the description box for the other dresses you are seeing pop up on this video, and you can check them out as well. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and drop your comments in the comment section. I'd like to hear from you. And I had to model it for you guys. I had to even give you dancing step. That's how much I love this beautiful outfit. And so when you try yours, you can also post a picture of it on our Facebook group at Creative Tailoring and Styling, so I can see your beautiful handworks. And if you have any questions or corrections you need us to make for you, let us know. See you in my next sewing tutorial. Bye bye.